Hello and welcome. This is Chrisanne, and I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chrisanne. Today we are continuing to work on my Seasons of the Witch journals, and we are going to be working on something that I'm really excited to work on. These are Faux Tarot Oracle cards for journaling. So they're journaling tarot cards, I guess we're going to call them. And I have a whole collection here, and they all have the journaling space on the back. These are all papers that I have decorated, whether it be with my sprays or my gel press or splattering with my sprays. Check out the video that I just posted, I believe it was yesterday, on how I make some of my papers. That was another technique that I posted yesterday, the 2-for-1 technique that I do. So I always keep a large selection of papers that I have decorated because those are unique to me. I like working with unique papers. These happen to be cardstock that I'm working on. And I also have copyweight paper that is coffee stained. That's what I'm putting on the back. So I have cut down my 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper. I have cut them down in half. That makes it more manageable for me. My desk is small here, so I don't have to always leave everything so big and such big pieces to work with. For me, it's a little bit more manageable when I have a little bit smaller pieces of paper. So that's what I've done. I've cut these down into half sheets. I, of course, have my stencil that I've talked about numerous times that I create the journaling with. Got that on Amazon. And then the most requested thing that I think I've ever posted from my Temu haul has been this set of stamps. I know it's really hard to see, but this set of stamps came with 9 of these faux looking tarot cards. I did get them on Temu, but I have seen them on Amazon. I will eventually be linking everything within like a Amazon shop list, so you can purchase things that way. These are fun. These are a lot of fun to work with. So we're going to make these Faux Tarot Oracle cards in a couple different ways. So these are, let me get this one. These are either stamped using a stamping block. And let's start with this one first, because I think this is the most sort of accessible one for most people to be able to have, is to use a stamping block. Now, I added stickers. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Let's get stamping with this first. So I'm using the butterfly with roses and crescent moons, etc. This, like I said, is cardstock. It's 110 pound, started off life as a white cardstock that I decorated with my Distress Oxide sprays. I am using for my ink VersaFine Clair color Nocturne. I am generously inking up this stamp with this ink. This is a large stamp on a large stamp block. I'm using a We Are Memories Keeper acrylic stamp block. You can use whatever. I see a little stray bit of ink here that I don't like. Let me just wipe my finger off. Let me come in and re-ink that. I'm generous. I'm very generous with the ink, especially on a large stamp. So let's turn it over. I'm trying to line it up with the corners of the paper to maximize my paper. I spent time decorating these papers. I want to make sure I can get as many things on these decorated papers as possible. And I do. I use them for so many things, for stamping, for pages in my journals, for die cuts, for cards, for everything. So I am holding my stamp firmly down. And you notice that I rock it from corner to corner, and then corner to corner, and then I press again. I need this to transfer the ink. And then I give it a good press. Working with larger stamps can be a bit tricky, and it can be a bit intimidating, frankly. Okay, let's see what we got. There. Pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. I'm going to move this out of the way. I can come in and cut this with my paper trimmer if I want, but I am using the old-fashioned paper trimmer, my scissors. And then what I'm going to do, I want to give that a little bit of a trim right here too. And I'm just following the lines of the stamped image. Save this for a lot more projects. I'm going to come in and I'm going to glue this down right there. And I am going to be using my art glitter glue. I did just refill it again. And it's been sticking again. I don't know. Does anybody else have these issues with this glue? Right now it's flowing really good. 2 seconds ago it wasn't. Now I'm going to try and do my best to line this up. If I'm stamping a whole bunch of stamps on one sheet, I'm just going to glue one of these papers to the back of one of these papers. It makes it easier. But in this case, I'm not doing a whole bunch on this particular paper. And I'm just going to give that a second. Now, I had said I wanted to come back and talk about this one. When I stamped this one, there was a smidge little spot down here that didn't transfer the ink. That's not a problem. I can just cover it with stickers, which is precisely what I did. I got out my foliage stickers and I covered it with some green foliage and a daisy or whatever it is. I like it. I think it came out really pretty. If I want to do my edges, let me grab this is my, what the heck is this one? My Distress Oxide Black Soot. I can come in and I can do this. I'm only going to do this on the front. I'm not going to do it on the back because I'm going to add lines to the back. This one I haven't yet. This one we are about to, and I'm going to trim that. There, not too bad. Move this out of the way. I want to grab my lines stencil. I better put the pin in this because I will get into bigger problems. There, I'll put that over there. We'll get rid of this. This one I didn't cover it with the cuff stain paper on the back. Oops, there goes my light. I hang my lights up around my desk. my rechargeable lights. And let's get this lined up. I do it sideways because there's more space at my desk. When I'm holding the pen against this stencil, I'm pulling it up. It's kind of a wide space, and this is a very thin end to my pen. So in order to have a level of consistency, I'm holding it up. There. Let's add some lines to this one while I have this here. And I'm not going to cover this one, like I said. I'm just going to leave it like this because I kind of like the back. I kind of like the way it looks. I wanted, I don't know, something a little more colorful. Something different. I don't have to have everything absolutely the same. When I create journals, I like there to be a lot of journaling space. I know I say that in every single video, but that's why I create things like this, to have the journaling space on the back. Now, the other thing that I did is I came in with my word stickers, because if we have an oracle card or a tarot card, we want some words on it. This one is Gathering of Ominous Forces. There. And then what I did is I came back in with my black pen and I just outline the sticker. Let's give this one a little edge as well. And I'm coming in quite a bit with my black edging. Just kind of makes it pop a little bit more. There. Simple and easy. Let's put these aside. I have another way that we can make these as well. Let me pull this one out. So I have my Hero Arts, My Sweet Petunia stamping thing, my Misty. And I did 4 at once. Now, I have to tell you, these are larger stamps. It was harder for me to hold the paper down with my magnet. If I had had like a couple of this size magnet, it would have been better. This size magnet that I also have it wasn't conducive to this particular project. This is the smaller one. It does come in a bigger one. I was very happy with this one. So let's stamp. I have this paper. And what I do is I line everything up in the corner. That's how I can sort of realign it if it gets free. So I'm attaching my magnet up here, kind of keeping it out of the way. I also need to make sure, yeah, it's going to stamp on this side too. I am very generous, once again, with my ink on this one. And I just kind of hold it up as I stamp as I ink it up. I need this to be super, super, super juicy, super inked. So I'm tapping it, but some people come in and they do this. Make sure you get all your corners. Make sure you get all your edges. And then I come in and I tap after I do that. I never just rely upon that method to ink my stuff up. I'm going back. I'm checking all my corners. I have 4 relatively large stamps here. So I want to make sure I'm getting them. Now, the benefit with using this is if I didn't get something on the first go around, I can come back in and I can get it on the second go around because it's held down with a magnet. Now, I have one of those stamp things that kind of pushes stuff down. Don't ask me where it is. I don't use it that much. I am a traditional stamper. I really like to use my stamping block. But for larger stamps or multiple stamps, like mass making things, that's what this is really good for. If I'm gonna, let's say, do Christmas cards, and I need to do 150 Christmas cards, this is really good for me to position the stamp how I want it on the, we'll just call this the cover of the book of this stamping platform. And then I can just come in and stamp it, add paper, stamp it, add paper, stamp it, add paper. It's kind of neat. Yes, I am putting a lot of attention into pressing down the edges. Then I'm coming in and I'm pressing in the middles. I'm in no rush. This ink will stay wet. The next thing I do, and this might be in your way with the camera where I have the camera positioned, but I'll do my very best. I use my elbow. I know that's kind of in your way, camera-wise. I don't have the best hands, and I know I've said that before. I pop my wrists out all the time. So using my elbow works better for me. I know they have like those things that you can just like swish and put pressure. And I have one. Don't ask me where it is. I don't know. Things like to up and walk away around here. All right, let's do the big reveal and see if we have 4 all at once. If not, I can come in and restamp it. Those look pretty darn good to me. Maybe a little bit right there. Ooh, wrong side. There. See how I fixed it? That's the benefit with having this. It works wonders. Now, I am going to leave these in here because I can stamp as many different colors of this as I want. And I have scrap paper in here. I've been using the same scrap paper for a long time. And there's multiple sheets in here. I don't care if it gets ink and stuff on it. It's not a big deal to me. Next thing I want to do is come in with my copy paper. That's my coffee stained copy paper. And you know what? I'm going to trim this one down too. And this Fiskars cutter does not measure all the way to the number that I want. So I just added a little line that denotes what is the half of one of these. That's all I did. Now, you can use glue stick if you can find your glue stick to attach this paper. Glue stick is not 100% of a hold. I mean, no glue is 100% of a hold, frankly. And I'm just coming in. I kind of like this side better. Gluing this down, squishing the glue around that's in there. Attaching that. I better add my pin to the back of my glue, or to my glue bottle. All right. Pretty good. Now let me come back in with my paper trimmer and trim these up. I attempted to put them in my stamp press relatively straight and even. That doesn't mean anything. And keep in mind, I'm going through a couple layers here. And the glue is wet. That's why it's giving me a little bit of resistance. But that is okay. Let's see if we can just take a sliver. There. All right, and then let's trim up the inside cut. I'm lining it up with this edge right here. There's those two. I want to come in and give this a bit of a trim. Right there. There. How cool are these? They're quick. They're easy. They're nice and cute and effective. They already have my paper on the back. All I have to do is come in and do my journaling lines. You know how I do that. I'm not going to do that right now. I will do that later. But what I will do is grab my word stickers. I have 2 books of word stickers here. Let's do there is a delicate situation up there. And we'll put that one there. His troubled eyes will go on that one. The memory of it will go on my crystal one. And then, doesn't exactly match, but I kind of like it. Embodied spirits haunted him by night. I mean, if I wanted like actual tarot sayings, I can either print them up with my little handheld word printer thing. I can stamp them with another stamp set. Or I can just write them. These, once again, are a quick and easy project. Now, the other thing that I want to do is I want to come in and I want to decorate the imagery. I can do stickers like I did on that other one that I showed you in the very beginning. I can certainly do that. But also, I have, let me grab it. I have my Wink Stella pen, which is a glitter pen. I'm just taking the thing off. Wait a minute. There we go. So I can come in and I can add some glitter. Just a little bit of something. Might be hard to see. And then let's add some to the eye right there. We'll definitely color in all the crystals. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? And then we're just going to do sort of some sweeps across the owl. There. The other thing that I have is my gold gel pen. And I can come in and I can add different lines, different places. I don't have to be very exact. And this is a glittery gold. Can you see that? I'm not sure you can see it. let's just do a couple lines here. It's there. Let's color in the moon just a hair bit. There. You can see it in person. If you can't see it on this, you can see it in person. And then let's edge these as well, just because it makes it pop. There, you get the idea. I'm not going to edge the ones I had in the very beginning. I probably will before I put it in my book, but not on this video. And then you know how to do the lines on the back. I've shown that in so many videos. I like that journaling tool that I have. It's super effective. It's easy. So let me show you these. There. Let me add this to my pile over here. And I don't want all of them to look like carbon copies of each other. I want there to be a variety of different things. Okay, next way we're going to decorate these is, of course, washi paper. I have washi paper. Let's use washi paper. So let's make some of these using some of my washies. If I can find the end of it. There we go. Now, this one goes up and down. Where'd my scissors just go? Here they are. And then, let's see, I'm going to use all the up and down ones. That's an up and down one. That's an up and down one. We definitely need that one, and we definitely need that one. And then hopefully we can get 2 cards out of this. Oops, it's ripping. There we go. Make sure I have this going in the right direction. And these are tarot cards. I'm not going to cover the back of this with the coffee stained paper. You can if you want. In this case, it's white. So it's already easy to journal on as far as I'm concerned. Let's do this one next. I just run my nail over it till I feel the edge. You know what? I think, oh yeah, that's plenty. I want to make sure these are all fully pressed down. So I can come down with my bone folder. Come in with my bone folder. And I can press everything down. Now, let's measure these guys. We're going to call that 2.5 by 3 3/4. let me trim this up. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to trim that. And then this is where I want to get my 2.5. And then this is where I want to get my 3 and 3. You know what? I want to see if I can get 2 out of this. Yeah, so that's approximately 5.5. 2 3/4. And then if I wanted to make these a smidge bigger, I can mount this onto black cardstock, which now means I do need to put a different color on the back for journaling. But just to make it a hair bigger. So this measurement as 3 1/4 for the black cardstock, 3 1/4 by 2 3/4. So not exactly the same size, but darn near close. And for these, let's throw these away. I use a lot of the strips and other art projects that I do, and I just stick them in the bag that I have over here. I'll go through them and use them. Sometimes I put them, I have a stand-up container that I'll put them in sometimes. So this I would come back in and add a different paper to the back. And you know what else I'm going to add? I think I want to add some stickers to these. I can't do that right now. I'll do that later. So there's stickers that come in the back of these books. Put him right here at the corner, and I'm going to put a hat on him. There. Let's see, what else do we have? We have these ravens. Oh, there's a piece that needs to come out, and it's not coming out. I'm going to perch the raven on the eyeball. And then let's come in with some words. We'll do "you must remember." Kind of blends, but it kind of doesn't. There was one that said something about a skull. Of course, I'm not going to find it now that I'm looking for it. We'll just do "with a haunted look in his eyes." Ooh, we'll put it down here. There. I mean, I certainly like my stamps a little better, don't get me wrong. But this, if you don't have the stamps, you have washi, it's another way to make something very comparable and very similar. So let's look at what we have. So we have this one with the lines. We have this one with the lines. This one, the lines. This one, I'm not even going to show you the backs. You know what the backs look like. This is the benefit with having a collection of those decorated papers. I don't have to color anything in. I'm just stamping black ink. I mean, yeah, I did come in with my Winka Stella on this one just to show you a different way to add some interest. But look at, we got all of these done. Thank you so much for tuning in. I think we're going to end this here. Subscribe to my channel. Give my video a like. Share my videos. I would really appreciate it. I have a lot of fun things coming up before the end of the month here on my channel for my Season of the Witch journals. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care and be free.